Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for Contact Lens Health Week. We'll be live for the next 7 minutes to talk about healthy contact lens wear and care habits with you. I'm Muriel Kone, your moderator today, and I'm joined by CDC expert Dr. Jennifer Cope and CDC partner Dr. Barbara Horn. Dr. Cope is a medical epidemiologist with the Waterborne Disease Prevention Branch here at CDC, and Dr. Horn is an optometrist with the American Optometric Association. Thank you both for joining us today. So today we're going to talk about some healthy contact lens wear and care practices and share some tips that eye care providers can use to share with their patients. So Dr. Horn, do you want to start us off today?
Sure, thank you, Muriel. I'd love to. Contact lenses are a very safe and effective way of vision correction if they're worn and cared for properly. In fact, 45 million Americans wear contact lenses as their vision correction. But the CDC has found that 99% of patients have at least one risky habit that they do when caring for their lenses that can put them at risk for infection. Infections can be painful, you can lose vision and possibly permanently lose vision or even need surgery.
And Dr. Cope, what are some of the most common risky behaviors that put contact lens wearers at risk of eye infections?
So there's a number of things that wearers do that are both common and pretty risky. So one of those is sleeping or napping in contact lenses. We do recognize there are lenses that are approved for sleeping in, and you do need to talk to your eye doctor about that. But overall, sleeping or napping in lenses can increase your risk for infection up to 6 times. Another common behavior is topping off solution in the lens case. This is when you add new solution to old disinfecting solution that's already in the case. And what this does is it dilutes out the disinfecting power of that new solution, putting you at risk for an infection. And then finally, exposing your lenses to water is another common but risky behavior. You might be tempted to use water to store or rinse your lenses if you find yourself without disinfecting solution. But this puts you at risk because water does contain germs that can get on the contact lens and then get into your eye and cause an infection.
And so what can eye care doctors do to help their patients?
Well, eye doctors and their staff definitely reinforce healthy habits and a way to take care of your contact lenses. We do find, however, that 40 to 80% of the medical information that's given to patients is either forgotten immediately or half of the people remember it incorrectly. So health literacy is an issue, and the AOA, the American Optometric Association, is helping our members to work on the teach back method, where you educate the patients with your staff, and right immediately following that, you ask them to teach you back what they have learned. And in doing so, you know if they misheard anything or if they're doing things wrong that will put them at risk. The other thing is that at your annual comprehensive eye examination with your doctor, we're able to watch and see how you're removing the contact, how you're caring for the contact, how you're putting it into your eye. So it's a great refresher each year to make sure that you have healthy habits.
It's really helpful. And Dr. Cope?
Yeah, just to add to what Dr. Horn said, it's really important for eye doctors to reinforce and emphasize with their patients just how important proper taking care of their lenses is in their eye health. Effective communication between the eye doctor and their patients can really promote eye health. We actually found in a study that we put out last week here at CDC that among about a third of adult contact lens wearers report that they haven't heard any recommendations from their eye doctor about how to take care of their contact lenses. And then on the other hand, we found among surveyed eye care providers that they say they reported that they almost always or always share recommendations on how to take care of their lenses. So there is some sort of disconnect here happening, and we want to work to improve that.
And so do you guys have any recommendations or tools that eye care doctors can use for their patients?
Absolutely. In addition to the teach back method that we're going to be providing as a resource to optometrists, we like that when the optometrist is educating their patient, that they have them teach them back, but they also hand them information to take home. So tear sheets with information on proper wear and care, so that if they do get home and they did forget something or they remembered it incorrectly, they can access that information that they were sent home with.
Great. And Dr. Horn, can you share some healthy contact lens wear and care tips that you use with your patients?
Absolutely. You want to make sure that you wash and dry your hands thoroughly before you touch a contact lens. You want to be sure to replace your case at least every 3 months and wear contact lenses that were prescribed for you by your eye doctor so that you know they're fitting properly and that you can handle them and care for them well. Again, that annual eye examination is so important to make sure that they're still working well for you, that they're fitting well and you're seeing well. And you can find your AOA Doctor of Optometry at AOA.org.
And Dr. Cope, do you have any tips to add?
Sure. Definitely want to avoid those riskiest behaviors. So don't sleep or nap in your contact lenses unless you've discussed that with your eye doctor. Avoid topping off solution in the case, and then avoid having your contact lenses come into contact with water.
Well, thank you both for joining us today and sharing these wonderful tips with our audience. And if you have any questions at all, please comment below and we'll respond soon. And if you have any more questions about healthy contact lens wear and care habits, visit cdc.gov/contact lenses. And thank you so much for joining in, and keep your eyes healthy.